Sitting on nearly 850 acres of land, Central Park is a massive and diverse natural landscape in the middle of the world's foremost steel and concrete jungle. Beyond this fantastic juxtaposition, it's remarkable that in spite of the trillion-dollar real estate value and potential profits, New York has vigilantly maintained and nurtured a park as a sanctuary for anyone and everyone looking for an escape from the urban sprawl. It highlights an often overlooked characteristic of New Yorkers that has more to do with people than profits: serenity over skyscrapers. Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. Not Joe Shakespeare or Larry Shakespeare.
Yeah, on the William Shakespeare.
I did a For the Love of Linen right here. It was cold, real cold. First year, it started snowing at the beginning. Our fingers were freezing, but we had a huge crowd, raised some money. Selfie here at the band shell. And then Beethoven, he's over there. We'll probably have to do one with Beethoven. And now, we come up on probably the most famous fountain in all of New York. Yeah, very famous fountain. So many movies. So many movies. Yeah, this is the Bethesda fountain. The Bethesda fountain. The Bethesda fountain.
Really? It is content.
And you can go this way over the top, or you can go underneath. And usually underneath there's some musicians. In the shadows we shall find music. If you've seen the Northeast version of Wonder West, you will know this already, what my favorite statue is. And it's not because it's the most famous, or the most beautiful, or the most well-crafted, or the oldest, or the most historical. It's because it's a playground in and of itself, and it really does represent what, to me, is the essence of New York, of what it is to be a New Yorker, of the experience that I went through in my 9 years of becoming a New Yorker. You are a bit like a character from a very famous book who falls down the rabbit hole and she finds a land of wonder and interest and intrigue and a Mad Hatter and all the mad people looking at me like I'm the one who's crazy. But I'm not the one who's crazy. All of these people are crazy.
Oh yeah, of course. You are not crazy.
I'm not the crazy one. Waiting for the crazy people to take pictures before I make this a sane situation. See, you can climb all over them. Like this. Like this. And say hi to good old Alice. Hi, Alice. He's ready to fight, this dude. King Jagiello. Pretty sweet sculpture, though. And that's a nice shot of Turtle Pond over there with the moss. Eka's getting her selfie on. She's getting into it. Getting into the story. Getting into the challenge. So here, Delacour Theater. Shakespeare in the Park. And we can have Romeo and Juliet. We're going to have to do a selfie with Romeo and Juliet. Let us wind up Shakespeare's garden. Oh, I don't know. It's like a tiny apple. You are a bumblebee, huh? You're a big dude. He's a cool looking creature, though. Another really cool thing about Central Park that people don't usually know, there's lots of wildlife here, and this is actually a place called the Ramble. The Ramble, that is a nature preserve in Central Park. The paths were built around the natural terrain, unlike the rest of the park, which is very landscaped. The ramble itself is built around the terrain instead of through the terrain to try to keep it as natural as possible for that wildlife. At night, this place is pitch dark, and if you ever want something a real scare, and I might make it some sort of bonus points to actually walk through the ramble at night, which, you know, you might not come out alive, but you'll get a thrill. I did it once.
Georgian, I heard Georgian.
There was Georgian?
Crazy guy, who else?
Yeah. I'm not surprised. It's only a matter of time before you hear your own language. Every freaking language in the world, it seems like, it's spoken in New York. You get a point for each wedding you spot in Central Park. And it was this place that inspired me to do For the Love of Lennon, that concert I did at the band Shell. This place, because one winter when I came to New York City, before I lived in New York City, was the 20th anniversary of the death of John Lennon. And every year on the death of John Lennon, people come here and they sing songs, all of John Lennon's songs. And it was pretty horribly organized, and so that inspired me. But nonetheless, you come here on December the 8th, you can sing with a lot of other John Lennon lovers, Beatles lovers, and feel the love, man. It was certainly that. Lots of love. So we made it.
Yes.
Under 2 hours.
2 hours?
Under 2 hours.
Oh, cool.
We didn't see a whole lot. There'll be a whole lot of more points that I will let you try to get.
Yeah,
But because
it
we're
won't be
under
too
2
much.
hours.
Come on, yeah.
Exactly, you
For
gotta be
first
dedicated.
time, it's great.
Yeah.
And I love it.
One of the best things to do in Central Park. Take a nap, or just lay down and chill. Good night, good night. I adore Central Park, and there is so much more to it than what you've seen in this video. Hit up WonderWestRoadTrips.com to learn more about the game I created and the park in general.